Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Vande Bhakta Priyam Ramam Bhakti Prenatiyam Sada Same Vasatu Nityam Hi Hridaye Kripaya Prabho Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam. Next is Archanam. Archanam. Archanam means worshipping. Sevanam means serving. And Archanam means worshipping. Acha. How do we do puja? Archanam puja. There are many ways. Let us see. Shruti smruti puranokta prakarai pujanam bhavet.
Shruti smruti puranokta prakarai pujanam bhavet.
Devasya pratimayam vai.
Devasya pratimayam vai.
Swagruhe mandire piva.
Swagrihe mandire piva.
Now, in the beginning itself I said, all this Navavidha Bhakti, they are sadhanas, means of kindling, developing this love. They are means. For sadhakas, they are means. But for siddhas, they are very, very nature only. Effortless. It just happens. So in the beginning, our understanding of Archanam, Pujanam of Bhagwan is what? Pratima. An icon, idol, murti. That's called Pratima. Devasya Pratima. And where we can do the puja? Swagrihe, in our own house also. There are many people who build very beautiful palatial house and all that. And for Bhagwan, if Bhagwan is lucky, they have some small kind of puja room. Their wardrobe is very big. Sometimes even under the staircase also they will put. Kya karega? It's not nice. Actually, the whole house belongs to Bhagwan. So, Swagrihe in your own house, we can have, depending upon how big is house and all that, you should have an altar. Devasa Pratyaya, Swagrihe or Mandire Piva. Even some temple is there, there also Bhagwan's puja can be done. And how that puja can be done? Shruti, Smruti, Puranokta Prakaraihi. There are many methods that are given of worshipping that Bhagwan. In the Shruti, in the Vedas, in the Smruti Shastra, and Puranas also. So many different ways the pujas can be offered. Pujanam bhavet. Like, in the Vedas, so many yajna yagadis are pointed out. Yajnas are there, sacrifices, small home havan and a very, very big one also. That by that yajna. Yajnena yajnam ayanta devaha. By that yajna also you can do that. Yajna yaga. So, Vedic mantras are there. The fire is kindled and with the ahuti is given and all that, that is also one prakara. There are other prakaras are there, only Abhishek also is there, Snanadi, that Abhishek is there. Then Puranokta Shodasha Upachara, 16 Upachara, the steps are there, with that you can worship. This is not the time for me to elaborate to tell all this. where you invite Bhagwan to that place, invoke his presence, and then you worship. Now that pratima, that murti, also can be, it can be only made up of wood only, chandan wood or any other wood. Like Jagannath Puri to mandir mein only it is made of very special wood, a very special kind of thing. It is not just like that. Kashtha murti it can be. Pashan murti, a stone also. It can be marble, granite, black stone. But all stones are also not allowed for the murti. There are also specialization, all that is there. Or dhatu murti, different alloy, panchaloha ityadi, that also it can be. Or only chitra, a picture also can be there. It can be only one sound symbol, Om, or you can say Ram, Nam, you write. It also, Bhagwan's symbol is there. Then the puja data with mantra uchchar. Then there is one tantra there, if you go to some Kerala and all that, you will see only the priest showing some symbols and all that, Shankar. We don't hear any chanting loud or anything like that. And those who go from the Uttar Pradesh, what kind of puja is there? Koi pata hi nahi chala, we never knew also something happened also here. So mantra, tantra, yantra, there are so many are there, that yantra sthapana, and they also do the puja. So many ways puja can be done. And if all that cannot be done, 16 steps and all that, only in 5 upchara also you can do. If someone does not do, at least light a lamp in front of that. Itna to kar hi de sakta hai na. So it says, Shruti Smriti Puranokta Prakare Pujanam Bhavet. And whose Pujanam? Devasya Pratimayam. By the picture, murti of Bhagwan. In your own house, or even you can go to the temple and all that, do there. Now, what we must understand here, all these murtis, they represent Bhagwan's kirti only, Bhagwan's presence. Those people who don't understand this, that one ideal is worshipped in that idol. If they don't understand, they say, what you people are, worshipping an idol worshippers there. Once I read one small quote of our Param Guru, Swami Tejomayananda. He said very nicely, he said, when you go to a temple, the murti may be made up of marble or any stone also, and you know also that it is made up of stone. But do you go there, hey stone, I am doing namaskar to it. Do you say like that? You don't see the stone or wood or the metal or anything. You see Bhagwan only. That's the beauty of it. And those who have done this puja with understanding, with bhavana, they have got the result of all those also. We don't say, hey, wood, stone. No, Bhagwan is there. So, Shruti Smriti Puranokta Prakarehi, and we have so many pujanam bhavet. That is the starting point. That is sadhana. But even the Siddha Bhaktas, they also do this puja. Just out of sheer love. Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji went to so many temples, and everywhere he did Stuti Path also. He established temples also. And because they understand, one Bhagwan can appear in many forms. That does not make Bhagwan many. Bhagwan remains one only. Now this pratima, that which is there. Now here main point I want to tell you. Many people see that, but they do not establish any bond of relationship with Bhagavan. Only if you look at that as only Murti, then what? You have read the story of Mirabai. In the very childhood, it is said she saw a marriage procession. She asked mother, what is that? The marriage. And who is my bridegroom? A mother gave one Bhagavan Krishna's, that's a Murti it is said. Some Mahatma gave, but she got a Murti. But did she look at that only Murti? It was total Kanta Bhav. Huh? Relationship. That is. Now I tell you some humorous story also. It may sound humorous, but a great point is made. There was a person who used to worship Ganesh Bhagavan with some desire. And it so happened that his desire was not fulfilled. So he got annoyed. Annoyed with whom? That Ganesh Bhagavan. You are not very powerful. Oh. So he removed that and put in one corner. He says, I will worship your father, not Ganesh, Mahesh. So Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva brought. Now started doing the puja arti. And you know, when they do that incense and dhupa, agarbatti, and whenever you show it to this, that smoke always goes somewhere else only. Even though dhupam agra payami, but it doesn't go to that, it goes somewhere else. And it so happened that fragrant smoke was going to that Ganesh Bhagavan. And he got annoyed. And he said, this is not for you. And he took some cotton balls and plucked his that, what you call the trunk and all that. This fragrance is not for you. When he said that, suddenly, miracle, Bhagavan Ganesha appeared before him. He says, ask for a boon, what do you want? He looked at him. When I was worshipping you and all that, and then you did not come and all that, and now these cotton balls, what happened to you? Why you came? Bhagavan said, see, when you were worshipping me earlier, you thought only I was a stone. I was only Murti. But now this time you really feel that I am sitting and then inhaling that all fragrance. So you really thought that I am present there. Therefore I am free. You get the point? We don't feel that presence. So feeling the presence is number one, and have some relationship. Because many people ask this question, how to develop love for God? You see, in this world, you develop love for something, someone, when you have some relationship. Isn't it? When you look at that Bhagavan as my mother, father, friend, Swami, some relationship has to be there. Otherwise, you just go on and on and on doing. First of all, do we really feel that presence? Do we feel that there is some bond of our relationship there? But as I said, KG class of devotion, all this is all right, we just do without all that. Huh? With mantra, without mantra, and anything that what we do is all right. Shruti, Smruti, Puranokta, Prakara, whatever is given, we do that, that's called Pujanam. It is, to look at it only Murti Puja, but actually it is Bhagavad Puja only. Now, suppose some people say, no, I don't believe in this Murti Puja. Bhagavan is all pervading. So, if Bhagavan is all pervading, he is not there in that Murti. Other Murti is excluded. Even if you say you believe only in all pervading God, but all pervading God is there also. Huh? And we know, they may not believe in this Murti Puja and all that. But don't we salute our national flag? That flag also is a symbol or not? Now forget about that also. Just look at the screen of every mobile phone. You will know Murti Puja. Whom they are worshipping. Now, depending upon who do you know that. Why do we look at that? It's only a picture only, no? But it's not only a picture. You don't see the only picture. Person. Now that depends upon. I am not going to ask each one of you to take out your phone and do something. Then you will know the Murti Puja. Sometimes they shake hand with their hero. And they say, I don't want to wash my hand also now. Baba re Baba. I don't want to come near you also. You are not going to wash your hand because you shook hand with that person. This is also Murti Puja. Do you understand? Shruti, Smruti, Puranokta, Prakari, Pujanam Bhavet. But this is one step. What is the higher stage of this bhakti, Archanam? Ishtau murtau cha yo devo Vishwarupena sastitaha Matveti sarvabhutanam Sevanam Archanam Bhavet. Now we begin with the Murti Puja. Which Murti? Ishta. Whichever form of God which is dear to you. You cannot ask someone else. Guruji, you tell me what is my Ishta. Your Ishta, how can I tell you? Because what you love, I don't know. Which form of God you like? No, I like all forms. Very good. They worship all. Then something will happen and then exclusively you will have that love for one particular. That also is possible. So whichever form dear to you and that you are worshipping, Ishtamurta, Yo Devaha, that God whom you are worshipping in that particular idol, then Vishwarupena sastitaha. Understand that Bhagavan is not there only in that Murti, but he is there in the form of total cosmos. Matva iti, understanding this, Sarvabhutanam Sevanam, then all those beings which come in your contact, serve them. That itself is then worship, higher stage of worshipping. First is the Murti Puja. Understand that Bhagavan who we are worshipping, Murti is not only there alone, but everywhere. Everywhere means what? So he said, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi said, Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bhrut Deva Pujanam. Understanding this Jagataha Sevanam, serving the world. Serving the world means what? You cannot go on serving everybody, but all those who come in your contact, and then according to their need and what you can fulfill, and all that, if you go on doing that, that itself is sevanam. Right? Jagat Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam. But understand that Bhagavan pervades the whole world. Therefore, anyone who is coming to me, that Bhagavan is appearing in that form, and then serve that. That itself is called Ashtamurti Bhrut Deva Pujanam. The worship of that God who wields 8 forms. And what are 8 forms? 5 elements are there: space, air, fire, water, earth, the sun and the moon, and every jiva. So if someone is a doctor, all those who come as patients, but you don't look at them only patient. Bhagavan is coming in this form. If you are a teacher, all the students that are there, Bhagavan is in that form. The ability to see that. Even the dogs or donkeys or birds or animals, tree, plants, everything. To the best of your ability, what you can do for anyone, but with this understanding that it is a Bhagavan's only form. Then Archanam Bhavet, Sarva Bhutanam Sevanam. Serving all beings. That's why Bhakta Lakshana says, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. They are engaged in the welfare of all beings. So in this Archanam, remember, all this you will get first by Shravanam only. By Shravana we get all this knowledge, then by Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, this understanding of Bhagwan, the puja, murti, relationship, all that becomes more and more and more clear. Then that particular bhava comes. And the one who is able to see that whole world is the expression of that Lord. Then that person, whether does any particular murti puja or whether he goes to any temple or not, it doesn't matter. Some people say, what is the need of going to a temple? God is all pervading. Yes, God is all pervading. Do you see Him? You can't see Him, even your neighbor. That's a great labor also actually to see that. God is all pervading. बोलने को क्या लगता है? Higher and higher as you go, and all these things are not required then, because they have served their purpose. One bhakta used to go to a temple and used to stand in front of God and used to say some prayers and verbally and just do namaskar. No. One day it struck him. He said, every day I go and I go on telling something to the Bhagavan, but I never wait for his reply. What Bhagavan has to say in return, I never see. So now I will not say anything. I just stand. Then what happened? Verbally he was not saying, but mentally he was chattering only. So then he said, again I am chattering only. Now mind also still. And a strange thing happened then. Do you know what happened? He stopped going to temple afterwards. Then somebody asked, or you used to go to the temple very regularly, what happened? Have you become an atheist or what? No, he said, now I see him everywhere. someone pointed out, what is the difference between this worship and meditation? This puja. In this puja, we speak to Bhagwan. In meditation, Bhagwan speaks to you. Speaks to you is what he reveals to you. Because you become silent. And then everywhere you. So now I'll tell you the levels of Archanam. One is worshipping that Bhagwan in a particular form called Murti Puja. Then the higher level is serving the whole world with the idea that I am worshipping God only. And for the Siddha Purusha, even he doesn't have to this attitude or anything like that. He just looks at this world and his look itself is worship. He doesn't have to do anything, doesn't have to say anything. There is no need of anything, articulation, the Bhagavan is in this form or anything. He just look. Other than that, he doesn't see anything else. Yatra yatra manoyate, yatra yatra drishti gacchati. Wherever drishti goes, where the mind goes, and there is a Bhagavan is there only. So that itself is worship. And that's why, in the presence of such God man, only you just be there, that itself is enough. Why something happens? As I said, in Kirtanam, first you sing, then you see, then that Kirti is brought in their own life. That is called the highest level of Archanam. Worshipping her. I read once, somebody came to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. I said, you are sitting at one place all the time here. Let us go on Tirtha Yatra, we'll plan and all that, and you also come. And Bhagavan said, what is the use of taking me? I will not see anything. I will not see anything. You will not see anything? Because you will see me show this. Because what he said they didn't understand also. Because he is not going to see all the variety, name, forms and all that. He is only experience of that paramatma swarup. Oh, तो यहीं पे बैठे बैठे हैं हृदयांतरे. Where are you going? See, that does not mean you don't go anywhere. That does not mean that you don't worship him in a form. But these levels must be understood. The Siddha Bhaktas, their vision is very different. Divine vision, with that they see. That's why one place Shankaracharya Bhagavan says, Drishtim Jnanamayim Krutva Pashyat Brahmamayam Jagat. Divinize your vision, and then you see the whole world is only that Brahma Swarupa. No separate puja, nothing is required, all that. You may do, you may not do. It makes no difference. But sadhakas must do it. And I tell you, we should continue to do lifetime. That's the best thing. But with more and more knowledge, more and more understanding, and more Shraddha Bhakti, with relationship with Bhagavan, then you see what happens. Okay? All right. Archanam, after the Vandanam, we'll see Vandanam tomorrow. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om
Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Om Namah Shivaya, Om
ओम
Namah Shivaya,
नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
ओम नमः शिवाय 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 हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर महादेव श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।